for the day. So requesting your time. So let's complete a demo program on Q. Shall we? Have you reviewed those algorithm steps? Guys, respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Another 1 hour.
Tried code, ma'am.
Please, oh, very good. Good. Will you able to try? Okay, let me do for NQ. You can try DQ. Will it be fine? I'm creating a
Yes,
Java
ma'am.
class. I'm making it as Q demo. Spelling mistake. So I'm going to create few methods. So before that, let me create, guys, come along with me, please listen. So let me create, I'm going to create a node. Every time I'm going to allocate memory for this node. So create a Q node. Okay, let us allocate name. So I am allocating name and it should point out the next node. So I'm going to do operation. So I'll be doing insert operation. So insert will take name. I'm sure these parts are familiar to you. And let us do delete. No need to pass any parameter in delete. So as per stack, so we need only top node. Based on the top node, we are doing insert and delete. For Q, what are all the node is required to do the operation?
Rear and front.
All of you agree we should have two nodes. So I should create Q node with the one is front, the other one is rear. So when you are creating object, it needs to initialize both my front and rear will be null. So let us add the records based on that we will change and we will relate front and rear. Is that clear so far? Take time, analyze. I should have a node. This is called as each, whatever the diagrammatic representation I made. So we can convert that. This block can be done with the help of node. This complete block is called as node. So in node, I have data and address of next data. So I'm pointing to node. One is front node, the other one is rear node. At the time of initialization, both front and rear will be null. Shall we continue with insert? I want you to give me the steps. So what is the first step in inserting?
Allocate memory.
Step number 1, for your Q node, create an object, allocate a memory. And for that new node, you need to assign the value. Whatever the value you have passed, that value will be assigned to new node. So what we need to do first? Step number 3.
If
This is for everyone, not for one person or two person. Can't you repeat in programming syntax? What is the third step?
check.
Yeah. You can check whether any node, front node or rear node is null. If it is rear, both are null. If it is an empty node, what we need to do? Algorithm, first algorithm.
Front is equal to new node and rear is equal to new node.
And one more thing, both front and rear next will be pointing to null. So front dot next will be null and front and rear will be, okay, let me put that in first. So front is equal to rear. One second, I think if everything is empty, what I need to do, rear is equal to new node. Yeah. So rear is equal to new node if it is null, empty node. So nothing is there, your queue is empty. At that time, I am making my rear node to new node. So the same new node will be assigned to front, or if you have any confusion, I'll modify according to the algorithm which we have tried. So I am making both rear and front as pointing to the new node, and its next will be null.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. So this is for first time when we are inserting name. Let's assume we done with the first record. I want to insert second record.
Ma'am, this is the only case for the empty.
What might be the one more case?
If we have one node already.
If we have already one node pointing, then you need to go to else part.
Else part.
Come on. So when you are executing program for the first time, I don't have any item in my queue. My queue is empty. So if it is empty, when I'm inserting first item, this is a step. If I have already one item, if I want to insert second item, then you need to go to else case. So same memory has to be allocated. What is that? Value has to be assigned. What is the next step?
Allocate the memory for the new node.
That already
new
done.
Node dot next equals to null.
So new node dot next is null. New node dot next will be null. This is fourth step. What is 4.a, which I have mentioned?
Now we need to point rear node to this.
Rear dot next is new node. Rear dot next will be the new node. And I'm going to make the rear
equals
as
to new node.
New node. So just for our understanding, I'm typing a message, inserted. Okay, not in, okay, let's be, I'm going to pass static value now, let us display. So what we need to do it in delete?
First, we need to check the corner cases, like is the queue empty or not.
Front is equal to front dot next.
Yeah, if front is null, okay, I'm accepting. You need to check whether it is null or not. If it is null, you can return a message. What message? If it is null, what is the message?
Queue is empty.
Empty queue, nothing to delete. Else. So Vivek, Shubham, Harsh. If I have Vivek, Shubham, Harsh, or let's take the last one. If I have Joel, Vivek, Shubham, Harsh, when I go for deletion, which one will be deleted? Harsh. So Harsh is the front node. So front node, I want to point to front of next. So now front will be referenced to Shubham. That's all. Front is equal to front dot next.
Next.
That's all. All right. So let me quickly complete display method. So let's take current node. Current node is my, if I want to print, from where I want to print, tell me.
Front.
I have Joel, Vivek, Shubham and Harsh. If I want to display the data, from where we will display?
First, Joel.
Front.
Think and answer me. We are in queue.
Then Harsh.
First in, first out. Who was the first one in my queue?
Harsh.
Harsh. We should go in this order. Harsh, Shubham, Vivek and Joel. So while making front, I need to repeat until my front is not equal to null. Every time I am printing the data. What data? Current dot next. Oh no, sorry. Current dot name. And then what I'm doing? Current is equal to current dot next.
Next.
I think I need to use current only in my while because I already assigned. Not to disturb your friend. Anyway, I just wanted to display. So in order to display, I'm making my friend as current. I'm continuing this operation until it reaches to null. So I am starting from front node. I'm displaying the first data in front. From front, I'm going to next. And then I'm displaying the data. It continues until it reaches to null. Okay. So let me insert. So I'm inserting the same order. I think I should start from Harsh. So if I made any typo error or some logical mistake, please point. So let me go with the same order. I'm inserting Harsh. I'm inserting Shubham. And then Vivek, Joel. So let me display. So after inserting all the 4 values, let me display the same. 1 second, let me build. Yeah. So I should get by this order. Harsh, Shubham, Vivek and Joel. Guys, come along with me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to delete. So if I delete and if I try to print, what would be the output? I have inserted 4 values and it follows queue methodology. If I display first in, first serve. So Harsh, Shubham, Vivek, Joel, I'm displaying. I'm deleting. I cannot delete middle element because it's a queue. So if I go for delete method, what will be deleted?
Harsh.
Harsh.
Harsh will be
All of
deleted
you?
first, then Shubham,
Yeah.
then Vivek, then
So I called only delete for one time. And then again, I'm displaying. In
only
such
Harsh.
situation, it should delete Harsh. If I call delete once again, Shubham will be deleted, and then Vivek, and then Joe. And one more thing I want to say, Harsh memory is pointing. Harsh is a node. In this node, Harsh and address of Shubham. Shubham is holding address of Vivek. Vivek node is holding address of Joel. So then only you can perform both this operation. Minute difference between stack and queue in terms of memory allocation. So please do this dry run and refer with the algorithm. I know same thing I did in morning and in the evening. Morning, I think I swapped. And afternoon, I went to bottom to top memory reference, but it should be top to bottom. I'm sharing the code. I want nothing is new. Whatever we discussed in theory, the same thing I did in programming. What else? Yeah. So this is gonna to be your next sprint. I want everyone to try a demo on stack and queue. I tried for name. Instead of name, you can try for roll number, or you can try for a class, a complete class, heterogeneous type. So go for heterogeneous type. By the way, all of you having student details. So instead of string name, go for student details. Instead of one single name, collect 3 data and pass it via student. You should pass student object here. And toString will display the record. Will you able to do your queue and stack program for user-defined class instead of predefined data type?
Ma'am.
Mm.
Ma'am, right, currently it's the default kind of class variable. What if we take the private?
Don't take private class. You can take private
Not the
variable.
private class. This, yes, ma'am.
If you take private variable, you should use get set. And wherever you are referring name, don't refer with name. You should refer with get name.
Dot name.
Get name, or like first I need to set the new node, then inside I pass the value for the get name.
Not required. I'm sharing the code. I'm modifying the code once, and you do the remaining modification. Right. So as per, yeah, it is correct. Always we need to declare all the variable as private, because it's a rule of encapsulation. So if you have private, don't initialize. By the way, we are not initializing based on object creation. So you need to generate getter setter. So at any cost, you cannot get name. Wherever you are getting a name, you should get like, you should use get name. I think it's set name.
Yes, ma'am, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
First
yeah, yeah. It's
set,
set name
then...
of name. Is it okay?
No, ma'am, I think
it should be get name.
Get name.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is. Here it is also setting. Whenever if you have equal to, you
we
go
have
for
to set.
Okay. Will you able to make changes?
Yeah, because ma'am, most of the time we when we get our PC, it's mentioned with the private.
Yeah. I'm assuming like you are thorough with this encapsulation. Why? What is this? So I am getting and I'm storing. Same thing is applicable for all the place. Instead of direct variable access, you should access via getters. So convert this program not for a single predefined data type. Go for user defined type, which is student details class. I'm leaving to you. You can use employee, product, whatever you want.
Yes,
Book
ma'am.
class.
Ma'am, how can we get this code? We are not on Slack.
I will add you and I'm sharing you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to add Harsh, Siddharth. That's all. Okay, I'm sharing.
Ma'am, could you run the code just for once more?
I'll do one thing. I'll delete one more record. I'll copy paste, delete. You can give runtime value.
That can be given. That is not a problem. Okay, ma'am.
Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Assume like we have a class. Class is considered as a node, and my class is having two blocks. One is the actual data part, the other one is address of next node. All right. So complete the program, push it to your repository and share the URL. I'm going to give this as my own sprint for your practice.